sky. Feel the ground shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain, game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
How are we all, and welcome back. It's Sloppy Seconds. We are back with another video, and we are back with, as you can see there, the 23-24 season starts tomorrow, and it starts with an absolute cracker of a game. The Premier League is back. The predictions are back. And again, I was only here an hour ago, but again on YouTube, I am back as well. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Really do appreciate it. So please do keep the love and support coming in. So thank you so much. Let us know what you guys think as well throughout this. We're going with a different format this year. So if you remember, it was a case of in the Championship, the EFL predictions, myself, Anthony, and towards the end, Richard, who joined in as well. We were just picking teams to win. This time, we're up in the ante. I'm trying to find I feel like a referee. I'm trying to add new rules every season to see if I can get myself higher up the pyramid. Even though I always finish rock bottom. However, joint second last season, I'll take it. I will take it. I mean, it's only a 3-horse race, but I will still take it. It's progression, steady progression. But yes, the new rules this year and the new format is as follows. This time, we aren't just picking a team. We are picking the scores. So if you think, as per se, the Burnley game, which starts tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we will give our score prediction for that. If it goes in favour of the team, you say you've predicted, I don't know, 6-0 City, and City win 1-0 or 2-1 or whatever, you still get a point because City won. However, if you get the exact score correct, you get 3 points. So it can make a difference. It can make a huge difference. And I appreciate everybody who, wants to get involved. Like I said, get them in the chat, and we will get them up on the screen. It should be interesting. Should make for... make Anthony squirm, hopefully, because he's our first guest. We are doing it a bit differently this year as well, because as much as Anthony was an ever-present last year, and he may still crop up quite a few weeks, the days of this show aren't going to just be every single Thursday anymore. They could be all over the show. With a job that I start soon, they are literally, hours are all over, so I need to sort of work around that. And that's what's paying the bills. That's what's putting food on the table. So that takes priority. If I could knock these videos out for fun and make enough, and I would be a happy man. However, c'est la vie, that is life. Please do, if you can as well, show us the love and support like you guys have been doing. Drop a massive like on this video and share it about. Share us about. Tell people, obviously, that Burnley channel that's been doing the bits on YouTube. I appreciate it if you could, let people know about that. But also subscribe to the channel if you are new and get yourself involved. There is also a membership package that people can get themselves involved in. It's £2.99 per calendar month, and you get loyalty badges, member shout outs, guest appearances on the shows, on certain shows, exclusive emojis to use, and you get featured. When it gets to so many memberships, you feature on our YouTube page as well as a fully pledged member. You can also get involved with super chats, super stickers, knock yourself out. All the support that you guys give me, I massively appreciate. And as I said it earlier, I will happily wear it. Just a couple of comments then before we get into the nitty gritty of this. And it's nice to see everyone in bulk already. Renee's back. How are you? So is Doug. Doug says the Premier League is back. Bring on 11 months of amazing football and good luck to Burnley. I appreciate that, Doug. Good luck to Liverpool and all the other teams until we play them twice. Max says twice in one day. How lucky are we? Trust me, you're not. If anything, you've drawn the short straw. Connor's in. He says United either way will blow out Wolves or find a way to draw. We shall see. Martin's in. Massive respect to yourself, Martin. Hope you're well. Yes, can't wait for tomorrow. Massive respect to Leicester for life. All is good in here. Alan's back as well. Big Al is back in the building. Ducky's in as well. Ducky's in. Good evening, all. Looking forward to tonight's show. Like I said, get your predictions in. So is Ginger Ali. So is Luke. He's back again. And Kate. Kate has to be there. There's no show without her, is there? There's no show without her. Fingers crossed, one day she will be confident enough to get on camera as well. Carl says, hi, pal. Hope you and your family are well. Can't wait for tomorrow. Mate, buzzing for tomorrow. Absolutely buzzing. And yes, like Kate said there, he's got a brew. I have. It's just out of shot, steaming hot. And that is the brew, by the way. I've not just sat here since 7 o'clock and shit my pants. But hi to you all. Ginger Ali said Wolves, my relegation favourites. Well, I think that's upstairs, that where you are, the show, the main attraction, the main event. Connor says Burnley to get top 12, calling it now. I'll take that. And Mr. Welch is in the building. Right. Hope you guys are all well. And like I say, I appreciate the support. Keep it coming. I will bring Anthony in just a second, but we are on social media. We are currently live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So do go and check us out on those social platforms. But we are on a few more. Threads in this. We are on Threads, but that seems to be dying out a little bit now. And yeah, here's just a few places where you can find us. And here he is, my favourite Bristolian. How are you?
Oh, not too bad, Dan. You know what? I'm glad the football season's back. Pure solid 9 months of football. You know, there's only so much you can listen to the missus to. But now football's back. That's it. We got to put that aside. We got to carry on with our stuff now. It's like without football, it's like I don't know. It's like being in a porno, but without the sex. It's terrible. So so yeah, so I'm glad he's back, mate. And I just want to say to you, obviously, because you mentioned about this time, you know, we doing shows at different times. Congratulations on the job, by the way.
Well, appreciate it, mate.
Dan. And I tell you what, people, he's told me in the backstage before we went live, he's putting pineapples on the pizza. So you know, he's it's all
Trust
good.
me, there's no pizza cooking where I am, so I'm happy enough with that. I am definitely happy enough. Keep me away from that disgusting off yellow piece of shit that you put on food. Rank. I mean, Carl asked a question here. Can I ask a question? What do you think about not having a left back apart from Charlie Taylor? It's worrying. I'm hoping we can get cover at left back. I know Vitinho's played there a few times, but let's see. Let's see what happens. We've got to trust in Vincent Kompany, and I'm sure he'll do something right. Renee says, best of luck to Burnley and more teams. Evening, Elevator. Hope you are well. Luke says, Burnley will have a great season. I feel apart from the 3 times they play us. And Elevator says, think Burnley will end 15th. Mr. Rodriguez is in. Really appreciate it, mate. He says going for at least 14th place, hoping to get a result against City tomorrow. And then says pineapple on pizza is a travesty. A travesty. It's disgraceful, isn't it? I agree. Greetings, BTRD. Hope you are well. And Kate says, what's a pineapple ever done to you apart from be all... Look, see, you take it to extremes. Dirty girl.
I'm with Kate all the way. I'm with her all the way on that one.
Yeah, nah, not happening. Anthony, it's been a while. It has been a while. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Life's good. Life's going well. I also too with in the building trade still, but I left there and worked for a different company for more money. So it's all good.
Oh, happy days. So things are on the up. Things looking good.
Things are looking really good. Things are on the up, and hopefully, Arsenal will be on the up as well, winning the Premier League this season. So, fingers crossed. Who knows?
Ginger Ellie says, for a moment, I thought you had Ian Holloway on tonight.
No, that's it. He's a pure gasser. We've got a job on round the corner, and we've got a job on. We're doing this building job, convert this house into flats, and literally around the corner, it's the Bristol Rovers Stadium. So every time the plumbing facilities are down at the minute, so I am taking advantage of walking out the job, nipping around the corner, and literally taking a piss against the stadium. So I think I said it all up, so it's good.
I bet. I mean, like you said there, it's good to have the Premier League back. Fantastic to finally get some football in. I mean, for a start, let's have a look at the opening weekend then. So we have got, obviously, starting tomorrow night, it is Vincent Kompany up against Pep Guardiola, the apprentice versus the master. Then we've got your side, Arsenal taking on Notts Forest, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Luton, Everton, Fulham, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Aston Villa. Sunday's games, Brentford, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, and then Monday night, Manchester United versus Wolves. Some good games in there. Some good games. I mean, do you think Burnley City will be a classic to start the opening week off?
Yeah, I think it'd be good. I think we'll definitely see a different Burnley team compared from when they were in the Premier League last season. I think this was a prime example when Burnley got relegated and Vincent Kompany took over. He did an incredible job, didn't he, in the Championship? And obviously the players that you signed so far. I mean, I'm not being funny. I don't know bloody one of them, but I got to be honest with you. I think we're going to see a different Burnley this season. I tipped them not to go down. I tipped them for survival. I think I was in a prediction show. I think I tipped Burnley. I think I tipped them to finish around about 15th. So
I'll take it.
You take it?
Yeah. I'll take that. After coming back up, you've got to take, the small wins. And if we can, anything above 17th is, a bonus in this first season. But let's see.
Yeah.
There's one thing I wanted to make you obviously aware of. So get the tissues ready because it probably will help. But you were hopeful that Bristol City could keep a hold of Alex Scott, and Bournemouth have done exactly what they always do. It's come out of nowhere. It's just like, bang, this announcement comes out. And, he's now down on the south coast with Bournemouth. Good price, 25 million. Happy with that? Or do you think, what happens here for Bristol City?
Well, this is the second player now that they signed from us, Bournemouth. The first one didn't hardly feature in any games at all. They signed a striker from us, but this one with Alex Scott, he's going to be playing in the Bournemouth team. You've got to select him. We've seen what he's all like in the Championship last season. Also, when we played that game when Man City knocked us out of the cup as well. So he was one of our best players. Um, I, I would have rather have kept him than got the 25 million because
Yeah.
knowing Bristol City, they even though they got 25 million for him plus the money that they got last season for obviously season tickets. Our fans are they just go
Bristol
mental.
City was worth more than 25 million, wasn't he, really? If
Yeah,
it's the difference between you being a mid-table mediocrity and reaching the playoffs, it's worth more to you than 25 million, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So hopefully Bristol City can spend some of the money in bringing and attract some players in, and obviously do well for next season. Maybe another mid-table, or maybe in the top 10 finish. That's
Yeah.
that I think that do well for Bristol City. But yeah, it's really gutting. But then again, that's football for you. And when players a top quality player leaves your team, it's just basically time to move on, bring another player in roughly to the same caliber, and then we just take it from there really. So yeah, fingers crossed they do well.
Fingers crossed indeed. And tell people where they can check you out as well. Where people can get in touch with you and stuff. Because obviously people can get hold of you on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. But and tell people about shows that you do as well.
Yeah, I do a show. I feature on a show on Friday nights at 9 o'clock. It is a Football United TV. Check this out. It's a Man United show, but I host a show on there called Guns from All Corners. We get Arsenal fans on there. I'm hoping to change that to get a few, I'm hoping to get a Forest fan on there just to, it'd be nice for the stream sort of thing and just get their views on it, different people's views on the game. So I'm open on that one. I've got one in mind, and I'll message him after the stream. And also on Sunday evenings as well, we do a Premier League weekend show. I pick the three best Premier League games. We talk about them, and also as well in that show, we do our very own prediction show as well. And that's between me and a guy called Dick from is it Rate Your Plate or Rate Your Takeaway? And yeah, he's on there as well, brother against brother, and we're doing exactly the same here. Me against him, and who finishes high? Well, whoever wins it wins it. I mean, I won the last one. Obviously, I got the winning prize last year, didn't I, Dan? It was a great big massive bag of shit. But yeah, hopefully, if I come on here more and and help get us up to the top. Hopefully, I'm open more. Well, if we win it, I'm open more than a bag of shit. Maybe a quid. If I'm
Yeah,
lucky.
maybe. Maybe. You never know.
No,
I gave me oh no, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say
go on.
because no, there might be little ears listening.
Oh,
From,
right. Okay.
I nearly let the cat out the bag with a certain tooth fairy there. So I shouldn't have.
Right.
But the last quid went there, shall we say? I just hope she's not listening led next to Kate now, because then that was very awkward.
Yeah. If we are
That's
crying in the background, we know why.
Yeah, that's it. My phone goes off in a minute going, why have you just done that? Why? But yeah, obviously, let's get into it then, because I do have another show. To get to at 10 o'clock. The City fans are in demand. They need a Burnley fan to shake it up a little bit, because there's only so many memories you can talk about since 2009. We go back to 1882, so we've got lots to talk about. But that said, let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. As we said, that is the opening week. Also, please do check out Anthony's shows if you want to get hold of him. Links to Twitter and all that stuff is in the description of this video. So please do go check Anthony out as well. So let's start off then with the first game of the season. You guys can get involved. Remember, completely different format this year. You have to give a score prediction. So starting, as we know there, it's the Clarets taking on Manchester City. Back at Turf Moor, back in the Premier League, under the lights at 8 o'clock. Vincent Kompany versus Pep Guardiola. Yes, it's usually the average, dicking, to be honest. But the first games of the season, they're always very, very difficult to call. And with Burnley's recent promotion, are they going to ride that wave and upset the apple cart? I mean, how do you see this one, Anthony?
Well, as I said, his first game of the season is Friday night. You're home, so obviously you've got home advantage there. I don't feel this is going to be a 5 or 6-0 win to Man City. I really don't. I think it's going to be a close game. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my predictions on here, what I did on my very own prediction show. I went down the route of a Man City win, but I picked 2-1 Man City.
2-1 Man City?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'll take the consolation goal if that helps. But no, 2-1 to the Citizens. I'm sure a tighter game than a lot of people will probably presume as well. Yeah. Carl says it here, 1-1. Mr. Rodriguez has gone for a 1-1 draw as well. Ginger Alley says Sanderberg's a beast of a player. Yeah, cracking signing for us. Really does weaken Sheffield United as well. Connor says sticking with it. 3-2 Burnley to start the year off with a shock. And Kate says says little kids are listening, and then says when she's led next to me. Naughty. Claret's talk. Hope you guys are well. Says don't reckon we will get 3 past City like I'm saying 1-0 win. Snap your hand off for that. Elevator's gone for 3-1 Manchester City. Haaland brace and a Kevin De Bruyne goal. Ducky's gone for 3-1 to the Clarets. We're going to cause the first big shock of the season. Kate's gone 4-2 to Manchester City. She's same as you. She's stayed real to it and gone 4-2 to Man City. Should have gone with a 5-0 win, but hope Burnley proved me wrong. Chris Welch has gone for 3-0 to the away side. Doug has given us a consolation, but still same goals scored for City as what Chris said. Max gone 2-1, similar, exactly the same as you, to be fair. But like people saying, it could be the best time to play City right at the start of the season. The only issue is the loss in that Community Shield could come back to bite us in the arse where they sort of think, we need to up it.
Yeah, no, it's only right. And so, we were, I thought that we were very lucky, but, obviously with our star striker, right, Jesus, is, he's a bit horrible. He's not back until around about I think is either the first week or the second week of September, so he's out for 6 weeks. Rumors are we might be getting a striker, but I think we're going to be signing the Brentford goalkeeper Reina by tomorrow or this weekend. So he's all good at Arsenal at the minute, but yeah, I feel like you're going to give him a good game here, Dan. I can't see it being a high scoreline. Obviously I said 2-1 Man City, but it's good to get these games and play these games first and just get them out of the way. All these top teams, and then you can relax and start playing on the teams that finished 10th and lower. Well, when they finished that last season, I think you've been with a chance then to pick up a few points and get a couple of wins under your belt. So, that'd be good.
Hopefully, mate. If things go the way you're saying it, I would love that. I've been a bit more optimistic, but I think that's just because I'm like a kid with ADHD. I've got well too excited, and I've gone for a share of the spoils. I've gone for a 1-1. However, I would probably, I can understand that I will probably kick down to earth in the first 15 minutes. Yeah. So we shall see. But time will tell. And on to your beloved club. No, Bristol City aren't in the Premier League. Neither are Southampton anymore. We're talking about another team in red. We're talking about Arsenal and Forest, shall we presume, since they're both playing red. Some good signings made by Arteta this year. Bringing in Declan Rice to shore up that central midfield area.
Yeah.
Jury and Timber, as you can see there in the picture, a brilliant signing, in my opinion, has played really well for Ajax. And Arsenal clearly coming into this game on a high with the penalty shootout win against Manchester City. How do you see this one, especially being at Harbour, bloody hell, rolling back the years at the Emirates?
Yeah, well, do you know what? It goes back to this, with our striker being injured, and obviously we just mentioned the players that we signed. I think you're going to see Timber, you're going to see Rice featured, obviously Havertz as well. Um, I still don't think I'm 50-50 on Havertz. I believe there's a player there,
Yeah,
but he's got he's basically a player inside of him that he's got the quality has got to come out and show. Because obviously last season he was played under what obviously Frank Lampard, Potter, and obviously Tunchel as well. So he's played under three different managers, and they couldn't really do nothing for him really because he was poor. Even though he scored the goal in the Champions League final when Chelsea the Champions League, but you know what? I feel I don't think he's a striker. I think he's going to be playing in midfield.
yeah.
Just sort of like just by that left wing area, or whether it's 4-3-3 formation or whatever it is. But I've gone for an Arsenal win on this one, Dan, and I've gone 3-1 Arsenal.
Some things never change, do they? Some
Um,
things never change. You and Kate have both gone for the same scoreline.
ah,
You and Kate have both gone for a 3-1, which I'm surprised with. I've gone 2-0. I've gone
yeah,
2-0 because, like I say, it is the opening week. I think Forest will want to try and make a go of it. Although, again, Forest for me look like one of them teams that you don't know how they're going to perform this year. They could be a surprise package. They could be absolutely dross. Speaking of Forest fans, though, Luke wants to know, Anthony, is Matt Turner any good that Forest have just signed?
yeah. I mean, in all fairness, he was our number two, and he was happy to be number two. In my opinion, I would have just kept him there. I mean, he's USA's number one, America's number one goalkeeper. So
Yeah.
he is good there. I feel he'd be a better goalkeeper at Forest than Arsenal because he'd be Forest's first team goalkeeper. He'd have flags of games under his belt. And you would see his full potential, but it depends on what the defense is like in front of him as well. So I always believe what makes a good goalkeeper is having a good defense and relying on your defense as well, what's in front of you. So that's another thing. Forest has got to step up to the plate and start tightening up at the back, and because they weren't that bad, but I mean, with all the signings that they made last season, it was ridiculous because it was all swapping and changing, wasn't it? With teams, and so many players playing in different positions and that. So
Yeah.
I feel that they've. I think they'll be safe. I don't think they'll go down Forest. They're not my three teams I picked already to go down. But yeah, I feel yeah, they'll be all right. I think they signed Anthony Lagana or whatever his name is from Man United.
Yeah,
Um,
Langa's joined them from United, yeah.
yeah, so hopefully he can get them some goals. Good player, pace. He's got good skill. He's got a hell of a shot on him. So his potential there, slightly,
Yeah.
in that Forest team. So yeah.
Let's see what these teams can do. Kate said, "Can you explain at the end how the scoreline will work this season?" I have explained it twice already, but for you, I'll go a third time. So yeah, listen in, strap yourself in. So just like you and Anthony have gone for 3-1 for this game, if the game finishes 3-1, you will both get 3 points because you've both got the score spot on. However, if Arsenal just win, you get a point.
If Arsenal win 1-0 or 2-0, we didn't get the scoreline right, but we still get a point.
Yeah, as long as
Yeah.
Arsenal win and you've picked in favour of Arsenal. If you've picked a draw, if you've picked a 2-2 draw, but it finishes 0-0, 1-1, 4-4, you still get a point, but you'd only get 3, no matter what. If you've got the exact same scoreline predicted with the one in real life.
Yeah.
You was busy sorting shart out or busy getting a shart out because I've just heard the toilet flush. You dirty care. Vicky Super Claret says Alanga class signing for Forest. Yeah, it is brilliant signing for
Yeah.
Forest. Brilliant signing. Right then, let's crack on with these then. Let's crack on. Down to the South Coast. Again, not clearly your favourites at the moment after robbing Alex Scott for 25 mil, but come up against David Moyes' West Ham, who are obviously very highly linked with Harry Maguire joining them. Bournemouth, as you can see from the picture there, signed, they've signed Alex Scott. They said, his name in my head then is Justin Kluivert.
Yeah.
Obviously, as you can see in the picture, he's another strong player that I didn't think would go down to Bournemouth. But, I mean, David Moyes, is he up there for one of the managers that's probably going to be one of the first managerial casualties, barring the Wolves manager's recent sacking?
I think he'd. I don't think he'd do too badly with Moyes this season. I mean, look what he won West Ham last season. Obviously, he won the Europa League conference, and I felt that was a good achievement. But the problem is now is obviously where they sold Declan Rice. That's a massive chunk missing at that spine of that team. I know they brought in Harry Maguire, but they need to replace Declan Rice with some sort of player.
And it's not just that as well, is it? Obviously, City are now lurking around Lucas Paqueta as well.
Yes, they are.
So,
Yeah,
they are losing, big players, really.
they are losing big players. Yeah, but they need to because we've given them 52 million this season for Declan Rice, and following for next season is going to be another 52 million. Well, 52.5 million now, 52.5 million next season. They were paying over 2 years for Declan Rice, but they've got money there. Obviously winning the trophy last season, so you've got to bring these players in. I feel like they're might bring in West Ham to me. I think they'll be more active, most probably on the last day of the transfer window. I think you'll get a few more signings in. Regarding Bournemouth, with Justin Kluivert, good player. We all know what his dad was like, Patrick Kluivert, playing. I felt Justin's. I felt that he's sadly lacked in his game, because you would have thought maybe like an Aston Villa or a Newcastle, that sort of team that would most probably would have gone for the likes of this player. But obviously none of the top teams went for him. So I mean, Bournemouth has got him, snapped him up. I think he'd do well at Bournemouth. But I feel this game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to have goals in it. I've gone on the fence with this one, Dan.
Yeah.
Yes, I've gone for a cheeky desert. I've gone for 2-2.
Ooh, a Desmondo.
Yes.
A 2-2. I bet you're wearing one of them off camera, you. Doug says Ward-Prowse is a sensible signing. Yeah, he's obviously heavily linked as well. Edson Alvarez has just signed for West Ham today as well. Yeah, I think they need to keep hold of Paqueta to help orchestrate that midfield.
Yeah.
Kate, where am I going? Kate's gone for 2-0 win to West Ham. So Kate favours the away side in this fixture. I mean, I don't know which way to go with this one, because you don't know what sort of teams you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, last season with Bournemouth, I think one of their best players for me was a guy called Billing.
Philip Billing in midfield, yeah.
Yeah, and I think there was a guy towards the end of last season, Anthony. He was scoring goals. I think he may have, but I'm not too sure whether he was out on the wing or something. But
yeah, Jaden Anthony at Bournemouth.
Yeah, I thought he was very good. And that and obviously they've lost their goalkeeper now, so they need to get a goalkeeper in Bournemouth. But I still feel that it's both, it's two teams that needs players. You know what I mean? So that's most probably why I couldn't fence with them. Look, so I do think he's got a draw written all over this game.
No, fair shout. Fair shout. Like I say, I didn't know which way to go. Kate seems to think West Ham have got this in the bag. Um, and yeah, it's like I say, for me, I've just gone for Bournemouth to nick it at home on the opening day.
Yeah.
I know it sounds more like a safe bet, but yeah, that's where I've gone with it. Doug says, are you counting viewers' predictions at all? And if you are, do you want the predictions in the comments? To be honest, I'm going to have a guest on every week. So if people want to get involved, let me know in the comments on this video, either now or after. So including after as well. So at least I know that you want to be involved. And I can try and get you on for a prediction show on a day that I can physically do it. So yeah, obviously I know Doug, I mentioned it to you about coming on for the next one. So yeah, please do. Obviously, please do keep your predictions coming in though. It's still interesting to see. Still very interesting to see. Elevator says, I can't see West Ham losing to Bournemouth, to be honest. I mean, you never know. You never know. You never, like I said, it's the opening day. The opening day is just like the final day, and they
It's
really
hard to predict. It is hard to predict.
are by the side of the name and end up getting a result against a big club. So yeah, it's quite something. It is quite something. Doug says, I'll definitely be involved before the baby is here. Happy days. And Max says, I'll get involved and I'm noting my predictions down on a Word document. There you go. Oh, professional. I'm there on a piece of paper and pen, mate. So at least you've got down the professional route. But speaking of professional, and who did a professional job last season, two sides that probably surprised themselves, and that was Luton pushing themselves up to the Premier League. Fantastic achievement for them. But Brighton and Roberto De Zerbi he's done a brilliant job there. Come in, sorted Brighton out, not even sorted Brighton out, sorry, continued the success that Graham Potter left, and just said basically, try and continue this. He's took it up another notch, and Brighton finished in a very respectful position last season. Luton, however, I know everybody's dogging them already to go down. Again, another team who have made some quite astute signings for a little team like Luton, and I don't mean that with disrespect. Tahith Chong from Birmingham, as you can see from the picture there, Ryan Giles, who was on loan at Middlesbrough last season, a fantastic player. I think they've just signed Ross Barkley as well. They've signed Kaminsky, the goalkeeper from Blackburn. I didn't even realise what his face looked like because I saw his arse picking the ball out the net 3 times when Burnley played. But yeah, they've Luton have been active. Brighton have done a few bits. They're obviously trying to keep hold of Moses Saicedo as well. Again, I think if Luton didn't have all the upgrades going on with their stadium, they probably would have been at home for the first game. And if this was the other way around, you probably would have said Luton. But down at the Amex, again, it makes this one a very tough one to call. Luton under Rob Edwards are very resolute.
Yeah, it's I think this is going to be a good game, but I'm sorry to say this, Luton fans, but I've actually got you to be relegated this season. You are one of the teams, unfortunately. Brighton, we know they've had a couple of people departing. One of the big ones being McAllister going to Liverpool for 35 million. What a bargain that is! A World Cup winner as well.
Yeah.
I would have loved Arsenal to have. I with McAllister, if you've got 10 boxes, I guarantee you he would tick at least 9, maybe the 10th box. That's how much of a good player he is. Casado, he didn't turn up for training the other day, so there's problems going on in the background, personal problems between him and a move to Chelsea. I feel Brighton slightly, to me, I feel Brighton's got the better team still, even though with McAllister and that gone, I feel there's going to be goals in this game as well. So what I've done here, Dan, with my sync prediction, I've gone for a Brighton win. I've gone for a 3-0 win to Brighton.
It seems to be quite popular in the chat as well, 3-0. It'd be quite a common score in the chat. Kate's gone for 2-1. I did star her comment, so it is there somewhere. Let's have a look. There we are. So yeah, it's again for me. This is a very tough game to call. I'm going to say 3-1 to Brighton. I'll say 3-1 Brighton. I have not predicted an away side to get the points yet. However, that could come next. Elevator says I can see Matoma scoring and Kiso creating. European football will hinder them. Losing Undav is a big loss, but I do think they can still do well. Maybe 19. Maybe 9. Sorry, Brighton fans. But yeah, swiftly moving on then because we are at halfway through. And obviously, I do have to shoot in 15 minutes to another podcast. But Everton, Fulham, Anthony. Good signing. Dan Juma finally got him in Toffee Blue. Obviously, after he turned them down originally. Fulham, again, seemed to perform well under Marco Silva. Signed Raul Jimenez from Wolves. How do you see this game going?
I think even though it's the first game and obviously we know Sean Dyche is the manager, to me, Dyche, you most probably noticed, Dan, it feels like he always plays very defensive, doesn't he? Very deep. And I feel that Everton, if he's going to play that, I don't think they're going to score many goals in a game. I think it's going to be like a 1-0 smash and grab, that sort of like style of philosophy with Sean Dyche. But on here, I've actually gone for a win. I've gone for a Fulham win 2-1. Only because their striker meter is still there. He's still up front, and I feel that he's going to get goals this season as well.
2-1. 2-1 to Fulham, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, let's make sure I'm writing these down right. No, Kate's gone for 1-1. Kate's gone for a 1-1 draw. Matt's gone 2-1. Elevator says 2-1 Fulham. Yeah, Kate's confirmed it there with a 1-1 draw. VK Superclark says 1-0 Everton. McNeil. True Red has gone for Fulham to absolutely wipe the floor with Dash's Everton. I've gone for Everton to win it 1-0. I just think when the crowd gets behind them at Goodison, and maybe they want to make a real go for it, with it being their final season in that stadium, let's make it a year to remember. Although, let's not forget, yes, Sean Dyche is manager. Time will tell. Time will tell. Yeah. But I do think Everton just nicked this on home soil. And that Elevator says there, if this was at Craven Cottage, I would say a battering, but since it's at Goodison, it will be close. And that I couldn't agree more. Next on the list then, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace. Sheffield United look to be in the shit. They have gone up with a strong squad, and it looks like they're about to start the season with a very bleak squad. Illiman and Dar left to join Marseille. Sander Berg has joined Burnley. It just seems to be that players are jumping ship at Sheffield United, and Crystal Palace, are we going to see a different philosophy with them now? No Wilfred Zaha. It's going to be a bit different. Scoreline-wise, Anthony, how do you see this one?
I'm just going to make this one quick. I'm sorry, Sheffield United, but you're one of the teams that I put here down alongside with Luton Town. I will say that. But in this game, I can actually see you picking up your first point. So I've gone on the fence with this one, Dan, and I think it's going to be a boring game. So I've gone 0-0.
I've got the same. I'm with you. I'm with you. I've got 0-0.
Yeah.
I've got 0-0 for this. I just can't separate them. If it is going to be goals, it probably will be in favour of Crystal Palace. And I'm sorry to Sheffield United fans, but I think even Sheffield United fans are a bit bleak and worried about their season, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. But, everybody else is saying that, it's it looks like it's going to be Sheffield United's, curtains basically. Apart from Kate, of course, Kate backs a Yorkshire club. 2-1 to Sheffield United. I'm clearly hopeful. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I definitely don't know what I'm doing. She's saying, but hey, you won the previous Premier League predictions. Let's not forget. So never rule yourself out. Max says 2-0 Palace. Eze is going to be class this season. Ducky says 3-1 Palace, and they should have never let Ilian and Dyer go. Well, apparently they'd done like a video for him signing a contract extension and everything, but turns out he just wanted to go. Really strange. Really strange. LS Davis says 1-0 Palace, boring game. Eze edge at box strike separates it. There you go. Simple as.
They did some Rusty Sheffield United from Arsenal, or centre back, but
yeah,
he was on loan to Burnley City last season. But
he weren't a bad player.
He scored a few goals from centre back as well.
Yeah, he were decent. Yeah. 4 more games to get through, and 10 minutes before I need to shoot off. So let's try and wrap these up. Hopefully, I'll have a bit more time next week whenever I do the show, because we've not got a game because Luton can't get their shit together with the stadium. So got a free weekend next weekend. However, Newcastle, Aston Villa. Newcastle achieved Champions League last year. Villa done some real good stuff under Unai Emery. Again, a tough one to call. Newcastle getting Champions League. It can either make you or break your season. How do you see this one going?
It's going to be a good game, an entertaining game. This game has got plenty of goals in it. Unai Emery's done a great job for them from 17th to 6th last season in the Premier League. But I have gone for a scoreline. I have gone for a win on this one. And I'm sorry to say this, but I've actually gone for a Newcastle win on this one. I've gone 3-2 to Newcastle.
3-2 Newcastle?
Yes.
Oh, fair shout.
You might see a different tournaments, but, I don't think that'd be enough.
Well, Doug's gone for a Desmond. A lot of people going for draws. 2-2, 1-1, 3-3, 2-2. Again, Max says 2-2. Elevator. Why not upset the apple cart, mate? Newcastle 3, Villa 2. Kate says no free weekend next weekend. Yes, I know we'll be celebrating my birthday early because don't know whether I'll be working the weekend after. Ellis Davies 2-1 Villa. Diaby and Watkins. Bruno Guimaraes scoring for Newcastle. Kate did go for 2-0. Kate's gone for 2-0 to the home side. Newcastle are strong, but Villa, I don't know. Villa are a surprise package. They look like a team that shouldn't be as strong as what they are. How do I go? I've not backed an away side yet. I've not backed in it.
No. But I think that Isaac, that striker they've got, the young Swedish guy, I think it might be the season for him to get goals.
I'm going to go with Kate. I'm going to go with 2-0 Newcastle. There. Said it. It's confirmed. It's written down. It's in the book. Job done. Next up then, Brentford against Spurs. What is happening with Harry Kane? That seems to be the saga all over Sky Sports News. Is he going Bayern Munich? Fee agreed. And now apparently it's a case of, the fee's agreed, but I don't want to go. I mean, you can't blame him wanting to go and break the record. Fair enough. But that said, do you think he'll pop up with goals in this game?
I think he will, Harry Kane. I think he will leave Tottenham. He'll go to Bayern Munich. I'm saying roughly around towards the end of the transfer window. But regarding this game, I've actually gone for a Tottenham win on this one because the ban of Ivan Toney as well. So, he's not going to feature now until January. So, I've gone for a Tottenham 2-0 win on this game, Dan.
See, that's ironic. Kate's gone 2-0 as well. Kate's gone 2-0 Spurs. You know what? I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I want to go for a 1-1. I think Brentford at home are always a decent side, but it depends, what they can do. What can Thomas Frank pull out of his hat this season?
Yeah.
Let's see. But people getting their scores in: 2-0 Spurs, 3-1 Spurs. Elevator says he believes Brentford will smash him and goes for a big 3-0 score. 2-1 Spurs, 2-1 Spurs from Carl. Rene says 2-0 Spurs, last game for Kane. I promise we didn't have a meeting prior. Yeah. And Ducky says 3-0 Brentford as well. So 2 people going for an absolute dicking at Spurs. I'll tell you what. Yes, Elevator. Tottenham's defence is leaky, but I believe they'll probably perform better without Kane because everybody else will have to up their levels instead of just relying on one man doing the biz. However, 2 games to get through, 5 minutes. Let's do this. Chelsea-Liverpool. Chelsea against Liverpool. This is probably one of the big ones. A Super Sunday fixture. How do you see this one going, Anthony?
I can see this being a good game. There is going to be goals in it. I thought the departures that's gone out with Chelsea, and they've made a couple of good signings, just a couple. But you know what? I stick with Liverpool. I think Gakpo is going to be it, and I think Darwin Núñez is going to come on leaps and bounds this season as well. So I've gone for a Liverpool win, 2-1 to Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah.
Not bad. See what people are saying. Doug's got 1-1. Carl's gone 2-1 Liverpool. So has Mr. Rodriguez. Kate's gone 3-1 Liverpool. Elevator's gone 3-1 Chelsea. Doug says, would be nice to see some goals. Last 4 meetings have been 0-0. Yeah, I were going to go 0-0, but I've decided to go for a big scoreline. 2-2, says Ellis Davis. Max says 2-1, 3-2 Liverpool. Luke's gone for Chelsea 2-1. Rene 3-1 Liverpool. Elevator says we're entering a season left behind. We have a leaky defence and Chelsea can defend. Ducky's gone 4-2 Liverpool. I've gone 3-2 Chelsea. I just think I've gone for a shock, a change up from the boring 0-0s. But Monday night's game, the last one of the opening weekend, it is Manchester United taking on Wolves. Obviously, Julian Lopetegui, I think his name's pronounced, obviously agreed to, terminate his contract. Gary O'Neill has gone in there, which, to be fair, I thought was unfairly dismissed from Bournemouth. So I'm glad he's been given another Premier League job to have a fair crack at the whip. But you're coming up against Manchester United at the start of the season. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. They've had a few departures, haven't they? Ruben Neves going over to Saudi and all that.
Yeah.
Problem with that manager leaving, new manager stepping in. We don't really know much about him and what his tactics and philosophy are. I'm sorry to say this, Wolves, but I've tipped you to go down this season along with Sheffield United and Luton. That's my 3 going down this season. So all the best to you, but I've gone for a Manchester United win on this one, Dan. I've gone 2-0 Man United.
2-0 United. That's fair enough. A lot of people are putting big scores for United. I'll see what they get from the new signings. VK Superclark says, Ducky says, United will be stronger than people expect this season. 4-0 United. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0 to United. Kate's gone for 2-1. But Doug says that good minds think alike, Anthony. Wolves 18, Sheffield United 19th, Luton 20th.
Yeah.
So it is going to be tough. But I'm going to have to wrap this up, and I apologise that it's all mismatched and everything. But this will be the 3rd podcast I'm then going to do tonight. It's just absolute madness. But however, I will be updating Anthony with his points total as well before we get the next, next guest on next week, and also, going forward, we will try and constantly keep progressing. with these streams. But for now, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Anthony, just give a quick shout out to your socials and where people can get you.
Yeah, you can find me on my socials on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. My name is Anthony Herbert. You can also find me on Football United TV, where I present a show called Gunners from All Corners, Friday nights at 9 o'clock. And also on Sunday evenings, we do the Premier League weekend show, where we pick out 3 games, followed by the prediction show. So it's 2 shows in one stream.
Happy days, happy days. Please do drop into the link of this video. Check out Anthony's links if you want to get in touch with Anthony as well. I know he's rooting for a Forest fan to come on, so get in touch if you are. And yes, thank you again, Anthony, for coming on. It's a real pleasure. I know it's going to be a quick high and bar, but yeah, thanks for your predictions. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. And we will see you guys very soon with another video. Until then, take care and enjoy the Premier League weekend. It's back, baby!